Good evening, good people. Thank you so much for being here tonight for our May Day Strong Mass Call. Y'all, I can't imagine all the emotions, all of the fears and anxieties and hopes and dreams that you are bringing to this call. But what I know for sure, my dad would say one thing's for certain, two things are for sure. This May 1st, this International Workers' Day, this May Day is going to arguably be one of the most critical that we've seen in our lifetime. I'm Ashley Woodard Henderson. I'm going to be your host for the night. And y'all know how we do. You're already doing it. Drop who you are, where you are, and what you're doing on May Day down in the chat. Y'all, I'm so excited for you all to hear from this slate of leaders, people that you can trust from all over the country that are coming together all across our differences to make this May Day a historic one. And we're going to jump right to it. I want to introduce first a dear friend, a comrade, a sister in the work who today is joining us at the very final hour to catch us up on what happened today at the Supreme Court. Don't know if y'all were paying attention like I was, but I just watched the Supreme Court completely gut Article 2 or Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. And I know that that is intentionally to stop working people from building and consolidating our people's power. So first, to kick us off, I have the esteemed privilege of tossing it to TJC's finest, Dr. Barbara Arnwine. Barbara, I'll pass it to you.
Thank you so much, Ashley. It's always a pleasure to be with you on program and with all these other great panelists and with everybody who's listening. First of all, today the court went out of its way to negatively decide a case that had nothing but the point of destroying Black, Brown, Native American, and Asian political power. That is what their goal was, and it was to diminish and to make it really difficult for people to use Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act in any districting case. Justice Alito, he wrote for 6 justices in the majority. It is an ugly decision. It's disingenuous. It's as Justice Kagan said in her dissent, it's a betrayal. It's a deep betrayal of the history and the fight that people put up to make this act, the Voting Rights Act of 1965, a reality. 61 years later, everything's changed according to this court. There is no more, racial discrimination that demands that we protect voters in redistricting. They turned the 15th Amendment on its head. It's bad enough what they do with Section 2, but they literally turned the 15th Amendment on its head and try to make it a limited statute and try to impose, despite all the case law, they tried to impose an intent standard that you could only prevail if you can show a smoking gun, in essence, of a state legislature that gets up there and says, we're just going to discriminate against Blacks. That's why we're going to do this. Anything short of that fails. It is the ugliest decision I've seen in a while. One thing you might have noticed about this court is they never, quote, overrule precedent. Instead, what they like to do is come up with some kind of way of, setting it aside, not addressing it. Well, this time they've done something new. And they've taken the Thornburg versus Jingles test, which is what has been used for 40 years, people, to determine how you judge whether or not there has been racial gerrymandering, unconstitutional racial gerrymandering. So what they've done is, in this case, they say they have, quote, updated Thornburg versus Jingles, not overruled it, not distinguished it, but updated it. And the update is horrific. It literally strips everything that made the original Jingles decision powerful and effective. There's no more effects test. You cannot, even if you go to court and you want to establish liability, you no longer can argue that they could have drawn a map that would have included more people of color. That in itself is a discriminatory action by this, according to this court. It is the worst thing you can imagine. It's horrible. They don't want to hear about no past discrimination by the actors at point. Right. All they want to know is that can you show that they did this for a racial reason? And they hide every single thing behind partisanship. Partisanship is the excuse. As long as the legislature said we did this so only the Republicans can win, they're happy. They're like, that's good. That's legal as long as you're partisan. So that's the evil. So I just wanted to say that everyone, please join us tomorrow. We're going to go in depth into this case. We're going to talk about the 37 page original, main opinion. We're going to talk about the little dissent from Clarence Thomas. We're going to talk about the major dissent written by Justice Kagan. We're going to also, on that call, talk about what we can do moving forward, because this story is not over. The foot soldiers did not give their blood. They did not take the beatings. They did not walk and march for us to lose our ability to win at this time. We will win, but we got to be very clear. Be sure to look at that Black Voters Matters and Fair Fight report about the 191 Black legislative seats that are in danger, the 19 congressional seats that are now in danger. You got to be watching what your legislatures are going to start doing, because some of them have announced, at least 3 announced today, that they're about to start having redistricting fights immediately. So with that said, I just want people to know that there's answers to this. There are things we can do affirmatively. We'll talk about that more tomorrow, like passing new federal voting rights legislation, like the John Lewis Act, the Freedom to Vote Act, that we can also have Supreme Court reform. That would make a big difference, and state voting rights acts. And lastly, please mark your calendar. Right now, it's coming. It's coming. July 17th through 19th. John Lewis, Good Trouble lives on. A weekend, not a day. A weekend of action. Can't wait to see you. Thank you so much for your hearts. Thank you so much for your hard work. So happy we're having May Day Strong. Can't wait. Thank you.
We love you, Barbara, and we are livid. So y'all have heard how we can turn that righteous rage into some productive interventions, the faithful next step we can take. I want you to join the No Kings mass call tomorrow, where Barbara and Indivisible and the Legal Defense Fund and so many other organizations are coming together to actually give us our marching orders. And you might say, Ash, what does Calais v. Louisiana have to do with May Day? Well, let's not be confused. One, an attack on any of us is an attack on all of us. That's the labor way. But also, this Supreme Court decision is clearly their attempt to build a political system that shuts us out, everyday working class people. And why would they do that? Well, they do that to consolidate the wealth and power of this minority of billionaires who is trying to decide everything about our futures. But y'all, that doesn't have to be how the story ends. The Supreme Court, in and of itself, is not the law. The billionaires, in and of themselves, are not the law. We actually have the people power to make a difference here. And May Day is going to be an opportunity for us to flex some power around that. One of the people that you're going to hear from tonight, next, in fact, is a person who's been a driving force around this May Day Strong movement. He's an incredible leader, a brilliant strategist, as most high school teachers tend to be. Y'all know him from CTU, Chicago Teachers Union. I am so honored to bring up next my dear friend, Jackson Potter. Jackson, I'll toss it to you.
Appreciate it, Ash. And like I couldn't start without a history fact. This is the 140th anniversary of Haymarket. May Day is on a Friday. Workers shouldn't have to work Fridays. We need 4-day weeks, maybe less. And that fight was for an 8-hour day. It was a fight against state repression 140 years ago. It was a fight to place workers above the 1%. Does that sound familiar to people? And we did something historical last year. Over 1,200 events on May Day in all 50 states, and we're going to be even bigger and badder this year, more than double the number. And on the heels of what our siblings in Minneapolis accomplished on January 23rd, the high watermark of resistance to ICE terror and federal tyranny that resulted in no work, no shopping, no school action. And now that same action is coming to a city, a township, a village near you on Friday, May 1st, 2 days from now, 2026. And today, as Barbara suggested and Ash has talked about, after the Supreme Court said federal agents could already racially profile anyone they want, they just said any state in the union can disenfranchise black and brown people. So if we don't stand up now, nonviolently, with our movement partners, we will fall into autocracy. And these bad billionaire bosses who are running the White House, they need to be confronted at the ballot box, in the streets, and through labor and community uniting in bigger, broader, and bolder coalitions and actions together. Nothing less is sufficient for the stakes we are all facing, for the mountains we will have to move, for the transformation we deserve to stop this impunity, to fully fund our schools at home instead of bombing them abroad, for housing and health care for all, not just for some, but for everyone, for free child care instead of ICE and their acts of family and child abuse. Think of the alternatives we must imagine and implement opposed to what they're trying to do to our communities. And we've got the antithesis and the antidote to the bad billionaires on this very call tonight. We've got the leader who puts you and I in union, who represents our union siblings across the country and is pulling out all the stops to organize and put us into formation in this critical moment where the stakes are so high. So everyone, drum roll, join me in welcoming Liz Shuler, president of the AFL-CIO.
Wow, that's amazing, Jackson. Thank you so, so much. And thank you for those inspiring words and for your leadership. And wow, I'm in awe. So thank you so much. I want to thank the Mayday Strong Coalition, of course, the Indivisible team for bringing us together. And most importantly, all the kick-ass organizers and activists on this call tonight. So it's an honor to be with you again. I'm Liz Shuler, president of the AFL-CIO, and with me on my shoulders, I'm bringing the voices of 15 million workers across 65 unions, and many of whom are on this call tonight, and you're going to hear from too. So I just think about the work that we all do together to make this country run, and that's why we're here tonight. And I am fired up to see the turnout, which just seems to grow every single time I'm on these calls. And as we're going into, as Jackson said, one of the most important and sacred days of the year. If you are a worker in this country, May Day is your day. And Jackson said, you know, the American labor movement's been celebrating this day for 140 years now, basically. Of course, honoring all those who came before us, who were standing on picket lines and have gone on strike and stood up to power, and in a lot of cases were killed so that we could have the weekend and the 40-hour work week and safety on the job. Those are the shoulders we stand on. So let's not forget that. And so I can't tell you how excited I am to see this movement grow, to see workers all over the country, you know, whether you're in a union or not yet in a union, making May Day a true day of action. And that's what we're all here for, is we want to drive action. And this is the moment to do what we do best, and that is mobilize and make, as Ash said, the biggest statement yet, that we are not going to stand for what is happening right now. Because workers all over this country, whether you're in a big city, a small town, deep in rural America, we are all connected by the frustration, the anger, that we feel with the status quo. And I'll tell you what, I've been looking at these poll numbers. 87% of Americans say that we're in a cost of living crisis. Sound familiar? 90% are stressed about the price of groceries. And paychecks aren't stretching to the end of the month. And rent is still too damn high. And as Jackson said, the bosses and the CEOs, none of them give a damn what it's really like for the rest of us. And the powers that be in this country, you know, all those billionaires, they want to keep it that way. And we saw that again a few hours ago, as we just heard with this Supreme Court decision, Louisiana versus Calais. It's so clearly an attempt to silence us, to silence workers of color, silence communities from being able to make their voices heard. And it's a direct attack on all of us, because they know how powerful we are when we build a movement like this that brings people together, no matter their race, their identity, their orientation. All of us together. Our power comes from the people. And this decision today is, I would just say, one more call to action to get out there, stand organized and defiant this weekend. So Mayday Strong has that incredible map of events. I just love looking at that. You know, all the places where events are happening. And I'll just say our state and local AFL-CIO councils are, of course, expanding on that footprint as well. Let's just layer it all on, right? We have hundreds of events that will make this a big chorus that is thunderous. So I think we can keep this May Day momentum going, right? Every day now through November. And so we'll be out there in the streets. We'll be at our work sites, making sure that everyone knows the issues, what's at stake, and that we're protecting everyone's right to vote and uniting working people around our values and our economic demands. So all I can say is we are done being divided by people who don't know what it's like to struggle. And just thank you again to this powerful, powerful coalition for all you've done and all you're doing as we head into May Day. Looking forward to being out there with you in solidarity.
We love you, Liz. I mean, if that ain't a benediction, I don't know what is. Ain't gonna let no landlord, no billionaire, no techno bro tell me who my opposition is. And what I know good is that it ain't no working person. That's for sure. So if y'all are ready to be about the business of building working people's power, Liz just told you what to do. Let's get down on May Day. Y'all, did you know that there are already over 3,000 events on the May Day Strong map? Did you know that there is at least one in all 50 states? Did you know that? We're turning up on May Day, y'all, and we can do better than that. You know I know, because we helped mobilize 8 million people just what feels like a few weeks ago, right? So I know we can do it. I want to tell you that if you were in Nevada, I want to see more. I want to see more events in your state. I want to tell you that if you were in North Dakota, I want to see some more events in your state. I'm a proud Tennessean and a little bit of a Tennessee supremacist, but Alabama, y'all should at least beat Tennessee, right? Once in something. It could be this. I invite you to it. I want to see y'all show up and show out on this May Day Strong map. I want to see if we can get anywhere between 50 and 100 more events on before I wake up tomorrow. So let's set a goal and let's get there. If you haven't already signed up to attend one, I want you to go to maydaystrong.org right now, and I want you to find the event closest to you. And if you so choose, if you are willing to accept a mission, if you want to, join the movement of May Day Strong by actually doing the labor of inviting others to participate in an event near you, you can also host if there's not one in your town already. You can sign up. There's a toolkit. We wouldn't ask you to do anything that we're not going to support you to execute. So y'all, if you don't see one near you, I want you to go to maydaystrong.org. I want you to check out the toolkit. And before we wrap up, I want you to tell me, Ash, I'm down to host. And I want you to put it on the map. Because if we don't do it, no one else is coming to save us, my loves. This is the work that we have to do to prove and flex our people power, to Liz's point, on May Day and toward November 26th. But y'all know that's not where we're stopping. This is a lifelong commitment, but certainly they're going to see us shake, rattle, and roll November of 28. And if we don't get what we need as working people, we'll keep building our people power until it's done. The story's not over if we haven't won yet. So I'm going to again invite you to come together, be inspired, be pissed off, be ready to change the conditions yourselves. I know we're ready to go. Let's make sure we've got an action on the map for the morning of May 1st. Get your neighborly gathering on there, your art build, your rally. I want to see all of it on the map. Up next, I am so honored to bring to you Zainab from Sunrise, Purdue, a student leader who is rocking this May Day. Zainab, I'll toss it to you next.
Hey Ash, thank you so much for having me. Um, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what we've been doing here at Purdue, but I want to start off by saying we started our Sunrise chapter here in West Lafayette. It's a community hub, not a school hub, but we're focusing on the Purdue community. We started this chapter, I want to say 2 months ago, and we have 14 members, and we've all rallied to make May Day happen here in West Lafayette. We're partnering with other organizations like YDSA and the SJP, which is Students for Justice in Palestine, and Students for a Democratic Society here at Purdue. So we're doing a joint event for May Day. We're walking out at 1 p.m. We're asking students and workers to walk out, come join us at our school local quad. Um, and yeah, we've been prepping for this for about 2 weeks now, which is not a very long time because the first, month was just building our base for our new hub. And so this is very rushed, but I want to say I'm very, very excited for Friday because despite it being rushed, a lot of people in our community are very, very excited to show up. We just had an art build last week that people showed up for. We made some cool art for May Day. We've invited a lot of speakers from student organizations and local businesses and just community members to come to our May Day event and talk to us about, billionaires and war and ICE, but also we want to have a few speeches celebrating labor history and union history because that's what May Day is about. And we want to remind our community of what we've accomplished in the past so we can remember what we have the power to accomplish as a collective. Um, so I personally started organizing here at Purdue 2 years ago. And, I hadn't really found the right place for me until this semester when I joined Sunrise because, we live in Indiana, we live in kind of the middle of nowhere and there's not much going on. And I've met all of these great people that want to do good for our community. And I was like, there's just a whole bunch of us that want to make things better for us. Why don't we get together and make something happen? So I'm really excited for May Day. And I think what we all need to remember is we're all doing this because we love each other, we love the planet, and we want to make things better, not just for us, but for the people around us, for our community, for each other, for people across the globe that we don't even know. So I think if you can channel that love in your heart for the people in this world and for the creatures of this world and just for this world in general, and if you can truly feel that and you really want to do something to make things better for all of us, please, 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 like go to Mayday Strong, find your local Mayday event and join wherever it is. If you are in or near West Lafayette or Lafayette, Indiana, please come to our event. We'd love to have you. If you want to talk at our event, we'd love to open the floor for speeches. We want to hear from members of our community and we want to make things better. And we want to show the ruling class that the people united have infinite power and we are undefeated and we just have to channel our energy. Thank you, Ash.
Tatum got me lit. I'm ready to go. All we got to do is prove the concept, y'all. And it's actually not a heavy lift. All we got to do is show up and show out together. That's it. On May 1st is our next time to take an open book test about whether or not we're down to do that. I got to shout out Bradenton, Florida, because y'all clearly are going to have a Mayday Strong event. I see you in the chat. I'm cheering you on. Y'all, I want to see which state can have the most events on the map, right? So, like, I'm here for the hometown pride. I absolutely know that Chattanooga, Tennessee is absolutely going to be amazing. And like I said before, I think Tennessee is going to be the state that gets the most things on the map, events on the map. But y'all can prove me wrong by getting your town, your hood, your holler on this map. I'd love to see it. Next up, you're going to hear four amazing speakers do some quick rapid fire rundowns on what May Day is going to look like for them. To kick us off, I am honored to bring to some and introduce to others Keith Ballard from Bull City. Shout out to Durham, North Carolina, the Deputy Director of the Union of Southern Service Workers. My brother, I will kick it to you.
Awesome, awesome. Ash, North Carolina is right next to Tennessee, so I don't know. We may be in this healthy competition with you because I'm here to let everybody know Durham, North Carolina, Bull City is all the way in. We are 10 toes down on May Day. No work, no school, no shopping on this May Day, y'all. It's exciting. There's been so many events that have already been going on and to engage the community and canvas and things, but it's just really incredible. And I just want to share with y'all just a little bit of what's going on in North Carolina, in the Bull City. So right now, what we are seeing is that there are over 50 small businesses in Bull City that has committed to stand with working people, families, faith communities, all of that. And some of them are standing with them so much that they choosing to shut it down, shut their doors for the day. Shout out to Nuestro Barrio and the Durham Hospitality Worker Alliance for helping make this happen, y'all. It's not it. It's not over because we have 42 child care facilities that are choosing to shut it down in the Bull City and that's just in the Bull City because we have 129 facilities that have committed to shutting it down throughout the state of North Carolina. Y'all, this is some amazing work that is going on in our communities. Major shout out to Care and Action for the incredible organizing that's going on there, y'all. Still not over because we have hundreds of other workers in the Bull City, and I'm so proud to say this also includes workers in my union, the Union of Southern Service Workers, that are turning up and shutting it down on this day. It's incredible of what's going on and how workers are deciding to take this stand and what's going on, y'all, and be out there with us. It's incredible. We cannot shut it down if we don't have the teachers, y'all. And so Durham Public Schools are shutting it down. They are shutting it down, y'all. This is incredible work going on. And across the state, 20 different school districts are closing. And I know that we're getting close. May Day is right around the corner. So we got more and more coming on board, still in counting, y'all. So Bull City, we turning up with our teachers, y'all. But we still have more going on because workers are not taking this stand alone. We are stepping out with our communities, and our communities are deciding to not leave workers and children behind on this day. That is why we've been organizing 7 lunch distributions going on all across the state to make sure children who would normally get fed on this day at school, that they don't go without a meal. So this is an incredible lift from the community, and this has been being funded and raised by solidarity funds happening all over, where people are chipping in to show up for their neighbors, for their community leaders, for their community members and workers all over. And we also want to make sure with the Solidarity Fund that we also help out workers who are taking this courageous stand on this day to help them absorb this economic hit that they will be taking on this day. So this is really incredible of what's been going on, y'all. And so I'm just super excited for all that is going on in the city, y'all. We're using this May Day not as a spectacle, not as just a one day. This is not something that's just happening one day, but this is movement building, y'all. So we're using this day, this May Day, to come together and to kick off this further connection of what's going on, keeping workers connected and together as we continue to fight throughout what we're going through, what we're seeing all across the state and across the city and things. Here in Durham, the Durham Rising campaign is escalating, calling out local billionaires that's sitting on the board of Duke University, Board of Trustees, and the Duke Health System, the Board of Directors. We're calling them out. We're demanding that Duke University, a corporation that owns 11% of this city and controls much of how we work, much of how we heal, and much of how we live, become a Fourth Amendment workplace, y'all. So there's so much going on, y'all. We're telling them to kick ICE out of our workplace. That is what we're demanding. We're saying if we don't get it, shut it down, y'all. And we're demanding that that this state pass a people budget and end corporate tax giveaways and put money where it belongs, into our schools, into our health care, and into working families. We're demanding this all over North Carolina, that North Carolina lift the ban on collective bargaining for public workers and respect every worker's right to organize, y'all. And I can't go without saying this, y'all. I have to give a shout out to Asheville, North Carolina. This is a city in North Carolina that has less than 100,000 people, and yes, they are all the way in on no work, no school, no shopping, y'all. So we're simply saying this is that if working families, if working people, if our communities don't get it on May Day, we are shutting it down. So shout out to all of y'all across the state. Shout out to everyone across this country. And I'm looking forward to being out there in community with y'all on this powerful day, y'all. So shout out to y'all. And I'm going to shoot it over to my brother Oscar in LA.
Thank you, Keith. Hola, mi gente. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with y'all. And thank you again to the organizers for bringing us together for this important call. Before I speak about May Day here in Los Angeles, I want to share a bit about what has grounded us as through our organizing this year. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., during the historic March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, said, "We are now faced with the fact that tomorrow is today. We are confronted with the fierce urgency of now." The fierce urgency of now. That fierce sense of urgency, it was become our mantra and our driving force as we prepare for May Day 2026. So what's happening in Los Angeles? Here in Los Angeles, momentum is strong. We'll be meeting at MacArthur Park 10 a.m. for a rally, and we're marching all the way to the heart of the city at Gloria Molina Park. We're saying collectively, no work, no school, no shopping, and solo el pueblo shuts it down. We have 121 organizations endorsing the May Day March, a lot of new organizations that have not been active before. And we have a commitment of 10,000 union and community members saying they'll be joining us on the streets for May Day to shut it down. We also have a growing number of businesses committing to close for the day in solidarity. That kind of alignment locally and statewide matters. It shows that this is bigger than any one organization or sector. It's a growing movement. And across California, people are also shutting it down. We have 30 coordinated actions throughout the state. From the border to the Bay, we have 30 actions where each action is localized, but all under the same banner of shutting it down: no school, no work, no shopping. In terms of messaging, there are two big pillars. First, immigrant communities are demanding more than defense. We are saying clearly that while ICE While ICE out and opposing raids, detention, and family separation is good and needed and important, we must also fight for something bigger. Citizenship now, legalization for all, permanent protection for our people, so that the violence we saw last summer in LA and in Minneapolis can never happen again. Second, workers across the country are embracing economic withdrawal as a tactic, using the power of labor and spending to send a message that working people cannot be ignored. And here in Los Angeles, we are also naming the role of billionaire greed and corporate influence in deepening inequality, while communities are asked to accept cuts to healthcare, education, and the social safety net. So our demands remain clear. Citizenship now. Tax billionaires and corporations to fund healthcare and education, not war and deportation. And not one more cent for ICE, Border Patrol, and DHS. If you want to plug in, if you want to learn more, go to our website, camayday2026.org. From the border to the Bay, California is rising. The whole country is rising for May Day. Si se puede. Thank you all. I'm going to pass it over to Rigo, our compañero, our friend.
Gracias, Oscar. Ash, Washington State might not have the most, but Seattle will be one of the biggest. I want you to know that. A few years ago, our May Day Coalition was made up of just a few groups, and our labor movement made an investment over the past few years to revitalize how we show up on this very important day. We want to be ready for 2028. But today in 2026, we will have an unprecedented 47 unions and community groups come together and show up forcefully to make certain that May Day is the biggest that we've had in recent history. This year, the stakes feel especially high. We're only 4 months into 2026, and our community has already come together to rescue our neighbors, our union members from deportation and detention. We have all witnessed the federal government invade Venezuela and go to war with Iran. We all feel the sting of rising prices on gas and groceries, and this increasingly authoritarian government continues to make violent choices with devastating consequences for working people. In the face of all of this, our labor movement and our progressive movement has continued to step up. We've hosted several Know Your Rights trainings across the state and built a rapid response network that could meet the moment. We are continuing to organize workers across our region into unions with strong contracts. And we continue to build a coalition with community organizations because none of us can take these fights alone. This meeting, we're joining the national call for no work, no school, no shopping. Seattle is an enormously important port city, and our port unions have voted to shut the port down. We want you to know that we are in solidarity and making certain that there will be an economic consequence to what is happening in our society today. This May Day, we have 3 messages. Communities, not ICE. Workers, not billionaires. And services, not war. The antidote to apathy and hopelessness is a connection and action. In Seattle, we are doing our best to do our part. And whether you're in Seattle or anywhere else in the country, it is imperative to get involved. Find your local May Day action and join the fight. Workers, migrants, and immigrants in Seattle are uniting. Thank you. And I'll pass it to our sister Jessica from Boston.
Solidarity from Boston, everyone. We have been planning for May Day since before the last No King's Day and are very happy to share that in Massachusetts, we have over 70 actions scheduled across the Commonwealth. And that is not including local work actions at places like schools and libraries where we're having walk-ins and walkouts or small businesses that are shutting down in solidarity. So last year in Boston, we were able to organize our largest protest and march in decades. But this year, we decided that we wanted to up our game even more and practice that economic non-cooperation. So we're making sure we are using this day to build more of the muscles, infrastructure, and relationships we will need to continue to build our movement. So we will have over a dozen coordinated actions across the city. In the morning, we're going to kick off at the airport at an event anchored by the GBLC and 9 unions, all representing airport workers. And it's going to be followed by an action with the building trades and higher ed action with SEIU 509. And then, wait, there's more. We will have over 10 feeder actions into our bookend closing day event on the Common at 4:30. And those feeder actions are going to include our Massachusetts Immigrant Defense Network and Rapid Response Network, LUCE, and they'll be bringing buses and hundreds of their members from across the state. My home local, the Boston Teachers Union, will be taking action to highlight school budget funding needs. There will be not just one, but 2 anti-war actions, including one at a site where Occupy Wall Street took place, reminding everyone that this is about workers over billionaires. And at our culminating event on Boston Common, we will bring everyone together to celebrate the labor movement and workers, including our immigrants, and together commit to building the world that we believe in and that we deserve. We are coming together to fight for each other. And one of our members is currently facing an immediate threat of detention and deportation. Mariola is a beloved paraprofessional in one of our schools and communities, but was recently told that she should expect to be deported at her next regularly scheduled check-in with ICE, less than 2 weeks away. ICE plans to send Mariola back to Guatemala, a country she fled 16 years ago after enduring a lifetime of systemic violence and abuse, simply because her family is indigenous Mayan. This is putting her son, a U.S. citizen with medical needs, in a position no child should have to endure or face. So we are asking that everyone here take a moment to sign a petition and help us protect Mariola from ICE deportation and protect her son from separation and her students from separation as well. So thank you to everyone who's taking a stand on May Day to fight back. We're fighting back for people like Mariola, but we're fighting it back in justice, and we are fighting for a better future that all of us deserve. Thank you.
Y'all, can we show some love to our fam that just wrote down these like amazing actions that we're going to see them actually make happen on May 1st? Show some love to Bull City, our beloved Keith from USS Dub, for Oscar holding it down for Los Angeles. The number of people on this call from LA is wild. We saw y'all cheering your hometown on in the chat. To Tio Rigo holding it down for Seattle. And for Jessica holding it down for Boston. We see y'all. We love y'all. I also saw a bazillion of y'all in the chat shouting out your actions. I want to say what up, though, to the D. Detroit was in the building. I saw Virginia in the chat, a whole bunch of y'all. We appreciate you. I don't want you to miss the calls to action here. We're dropping links to each of these activities. And, again, I already told you when they come for one of us, they come for all of us. And we're going to make sure that Mariola is good, right? Y'all are going to sign that petition today, right? Y'all are going to share that all over your socials and in your group chats and your listservs tonight, right? Because they're coming for one of our people. And we know that it's just, if they go, then it's just going to be one of the rest of us tomorrow, right? So we do it because it's good. We do it because it's strategic. We need every single one of us in this fight. So I need y'all to make sure that that petition goes viral tonight. And I appreciate you for it. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Rigo. Thank you, Oscar. Thank you, Keith. We appreciate you. All of these actions are about building real working people's power, and we're all in this together. Y'all, I have some tea for you. I'm gonna introduce the next speaker, who is one of my favorite humans on the planet. But I also just got word that we actually have a really important special guest that's gonna go right after Leah. So I know it's late, and I know we're coming up on the hour, but there's some speakers you're not gonna want to miss, including our surprise guest. I promise you don't know that this person is coming, and you're going to want to hear what they have to say. So no pressure, Leah Greenberg from the incredible Indivisible, who's about to come and tell us how this day could look all across the country. Y'all give up. I've seen Indivisible fam already in the chat, so y'all show some love to our very own Leah Greenberg, who is our next speaker. Leah, I'll toss it to you.
Thank you so much, Ash. Such a pleasure to be here with you all tonight. Hello to Indivisible folks in the chat. Hello to everybody who is organizing. We're really proud to support a network of thousands of local groups organizing in every state across the country to fight authoritarianism and demand a just and inclusive democracy that works for all of us. This is a heavy day because we are all reeling from today's news where six unelected, MAGA captured crony judges eviscerated the crucial protections of the VRA, another step in their big long-term plan to capture political power permanently for the white and wealthy few, to enshrine the power of that set of billionaires and the class of folks across who will continue to dictate the rest of our lives. We got to fight back. We've got to do it everywhere because we are all in this together. And when we look at the map of May Day events being planned right now, it's incredibly exciting to feel the power that we can collectively tap into. We are seeing events pop up across the country, big cities, college towns, communities that have been organizing hard for a long time. That energy is real. We need it. It is a testament to the depth, the intensity, the creativity of the planning and organizing, as you have heard on this call. And we're also going to keep growing and reaching and trying for new locations, new towns, new schools, new counties. Thousands of communities moving together in the red districts and the purple suburbs and then small towns and places that don't always see themselves as part of the movement. That is a demonstration of power that nobody can miss and nobody can dismiss. Part of the message is the depth and the intensity, and part of the message of Workers Over Billionaires is the breadth of mobilization across the country. Every dot on that map says, this is everywhere, this is everyone. There is no part of this country where people are okay with billionaires or kings with corruption and exploitation. So our ask is not just to participate, it is to make sure your community is on that map, to help us fill in the places that are not yet there. I want to be honest also about what we are doing on May Day, May 1st itself. We are not just trying to disrupt business as usual for the day. We are testing our own strength. We are finding out where our networks are deep, where we need to keep building, how we move together when the moment demands it, because we are going to need to do this again. As the stakes get higher, we're going to need to move fast, and we don't build that muscle by waiting until we need it. We build it right now. We build it together and here because we need that right now. So if your community already has an event, show up, bring everyone you know, make it bigger than you planned. If your community doesn't have one yet, you are the person to host it. It does not have to be big. What matters is that you are there, that you are pulling people together, and that your community is showing up and part of this fight collectively. Build everywhere. That is how we're going to flex our power. That is how we are going to win. All right, back to you, Ash.
Leah, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Y'all, I don't know about you, but if you're not catching the vibe, now's the time. We need y'all to go on and sign up for these events. And again, if you haven't seen if there's one near you, you can join. And if there's not one, you can host. We need you to do that. Get your action on the mat so that we can show everybody our working people's power. We've talked about a couple of big actions. We've talked about large marches and big, humongous rallies. Now I have the opportunity to kick it to one of my country kin, fellow Appalachian, to talk about the power of taking a right-sized action, an action that any of us can pull off in these final days. It is my greatest honor to pass it to Pam Santon from Showing Up for Racial Justice. Pam, I'll kick it to you next.
Hello. Happy to be here. I've been excited to work with Serge and really happy to see us turning up the heat for the billionaires and the people in power that don't listen to the people who elected them. I live in West Virginia where I was born and raised, and I'm a member of Serge. First, I'd like to thank the May Day Strong organizers for their work in promoting social justice and providing for like-minded individuals with an opportunity to take action to bring about change and to enable all individuals with the opportunity to take action to bring about change. I am attending the May Day rally in Charleston, West Virginia. I know that there are several others. There's principally one in Huntington. I believe there's one in another, and I'm sure there's others for which I'm not aware. We'll be wearing our red bandanas. And red bandanas are harking back to the mine wars of our state. where miners who were union wore their red bandanas, and thus the origin of the rednecks. So we're all excited. A group of friends and a number of folks are going to be attending there. We're rallying against the billionaire agenda that is destroying our whole country, and particularly my beloved state and home here in Appalachia. We will rally against also ICE and waging war. The inhumane treatment of people is appalling. I've watched the billionaire agenda at work in the coal industry here. The mining and environmental devastation, the blasting off the tops of mountains and destroying the waterways, causing floods and devastation. There's black lung, air pollution, cardiovascular disease in our communities. They've been gutting the help for those with black lung as well. It's really heartbreaking. Layoffs are prevalent, and there are few attempts to diversify the economy to improve the education systems to better prepare workers to transition to alternate industries. I spent a lot of time with people in the coal communities. That was where I was working with programs to get education and training and to transition people for a rapid response into other employment. People would always tell me how much help they needed. They would come up to me because I drove a state car and they knew I was from outside. They're little small communities and they know who's coming and what they're doing. They talk about how they wanted their kids to be able to stay in West Virginia and thrive, not to lose ground. Instead of providing for citizens, the government has propped up the coal companies. Instead of bringing in sustainable jobs or clean energy, IA and industries are being introduced across the state with false promises of more jobs and no environmental impacts. We have been here before. A state bill was passed which imposed 6 data centers in 5 counties and bypassed the input of the local communities and local governments in their ability to enforce local zoning regulations. Our own state Speaker of the House of Delegates, Roger Henshaw, is working directly with the data center developers as a lawyer and voted against legislation to increase the requirements for the data center development. For those people who aren't that familiar with what happens with the AI locations, there's a ton of environmental impact. They use massive amounts of water, cause air pollution, light pollution, just change the atmosphere. I know these data centers are cropping up across the country. Here in West Virginia, we stand in solidarity with you, organizing against them and demanding investments in our communities. Let's stop having billionaires take our money and run and leave nothing behind. Nothing for health care, nothing for housing, child care. Let's raise our voices high and loud and keep them there. We have a long legacy of labor organizing in my state and in fighting for what is right. Appalachia is with you. We will see you on May Day. Thank you.
Pamela, we love you. Thank you so much for being here. I saw a bunch of West Virginia Strong in the chat. We appreciate y'all. Thank you to the Showing Up for Racial Justice fam. You rep them so well. We appreciate
Thank you for everything you all have done.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Y'all, again, get in where you fit in. Doesn't matter if you're in a red state or a blue state or a purple state or an orange state or a green state. We just need you. We need working people to stand up and show out on behalf of each other, that we can show this country and the world that we believe in workers over billionaires, and we will actually sacrifice. We will put in our own work to make sure that we live in a society that values our workers over billionaires. May 1st is our opportunity to test that power. And again, it can be massive. We love those. But honestly, it could be one sister with a sign on the street and I'd be just as proud. Maybe even more because it's even scarier to do that, to go out on faith by yourself. But what I know about workers is we don't let anybody do anything alone. So again, I want to invite you to go to maydaystrong.org. I want you to look at the map. I want you to sign up for the events that are there in a town near you. And if you don't see one, or you just want to add because there's other cool stuff that could happen all on the same day. And like Liz said at the beginning, we could layer all this up into a massively beautiful quilt for May Day. I want you to host. And again, I told you we wouldn't ask you to do anything that we wouldn't support you to do. So there is already a toolkit on the maydaystrong.org website for hosts to walk you through the steps of how to get it on the map and what you do to make sure that you have an excellent event. So again, I need you to go to maydaystrong.org. I need you to sign up to attend an event. And even more, I want you to sign up to host if you don't see something on the map near you. Now, I've seen a whole bunch of folks in the chat being like, yeah, man, we don't want billionaires extracting wealth from our communities. But even more, we want to direct where wealth actually does go, right? We want healthcare, not warfare. I've seen that in the chat all night. So I would be remiss if we didn't have mighty, mighty, mighty nurses union on this call tonight to talk to us about healthcare, not warfare. To kick us off, I get to toss it to the National Nurses United one of the National Nurses United presidents, Nancy Hagans, and she and Terry are going to break down for us why we should be thinking about healthcare as we hit the streets this May Day. Miss Nancy, I will toss it to you.
Good evening, and thank you for having me today. My name is Nancy Higgins, and I'm a registered nurse. I am also one of the president of National Nurses United, the country's largest nurses union. And also, we are taking action on May 1st for May Day. And I'm also a nurse working in Brooklyn, New York. And I am glad we are on this call together in solidarity as working people during a time of historic crisis and opportunity. It's no secret that we are in destructive times. That's why, for May Day and beyond, we must be more creative than ever in our organizing. As a registered nurse, I know that health is determined by so much more than what happened in a hospital bed. Health is shaped by social condition like housing, education, the environment, job quality and wages, workplace democracy, freedom of movement, and of course, access to healthcare. And nurses' vision for a healthy society, everyone gets what they need to enjoy the beauty of life. But we know who's standing in the way of our collective health and survival. The corporate billionaire class that profits of our suffering, our labor, and our tax dollars to enrich themselves while endangering our democracy and trying to silence dissent. Billions in public funding that should have been spent on care are instead paying for illegal wars and state-sponsored domestic terrorism through ICE and Border Patrol. Trump himself has told us that there's no money for healthcare or daycare. There's only money for warfare. We know that everyday people carry the largest burden of war, injustice, and violence. And healthcare workers across the world can attest to this fact. Nurses see the burden on everyday people when a child starves in Gaza, when an elementary school is bombed in Iran, when a hospital is running low on fuel in Cuba, when a family flees from their ancestral home, Lebanon, when a son is ripped from his immigrant mother's arm in Chicago, or when a nurse like Alex Preddy is gunned down by CBP in Minneapolis. And we know these are not separate struggles. They are all connected. That's obvious when you look at the players at the table, like Palantir, a data mining giant used by ICE to locate, track, and kidnap immigrants. Palantir software is also used by Israelis and American governments to identify targets to bombing in Gaza, Lebanon, and Iran. And Palantir tech is now being used by management at some of our hospitals to minimize staffing and maximize profit. Nurses are working in partnership with the Purge Palantir campaign to fight against the tech corporation massive reach. We are demanding that our employers end contracts with Palantir, including Mount Sinai Health System right now in New York City, one of the largest hospital systems, and HCA Healthcare, the country's largest hospital. We are calling on elected leaders to refuse and return donations from Palantirs. And we are succeeding. And we are demanding that large institutions stop contracting with Palantir. We win against firms like Palantir by being undeniable. Together, let's fight for a future where every person can live free from violence and mass surveillance and with dignity and healthcare as a human right. This May Day, as I said earlier, one of the largest nurses union, NNU, will participate. My fellow union nurses will be taking action across the country to demand just that. And I am proud to introduce a nurse from New Orleans, where she and her colleagues are fighting for transformational change at one of the most important hospitals in the South. The fight happening right now in New Orleans is exactly the kind of struggle we need to take on. Please welcome Terry McGills, RN from the University Medical Center in New Orleans. Thank you. She's muted.
Y'all give us a second. You know, we having technical difficulties, but Miss Terry is getting this computer unmuted so she can talk to us. Y'all give us 1 second.
Unmute. Okay,
There we go.
Had to do some rearranging. So hello, I'm Terry McGillis from New Orleans, Louisiana. And as we've seen today, Louisiana is definitely not in the forefront of anything that is progressive. In New Orleans, although it's known as the Big Easy, there's nothing easy about our fight. I want to say that I came to work at UMC, University Medical Center, after decades of running a community mental health center, taking care of the least, most vulnerable served in our community. I thought working at this big hospital was going to be a great change of pace for me, something that I was looking forward to. And I was more than pleasantly surprised to know that I walked into what I found was fellow nurses organizing a union to demand better care for our patients and for our profession. Because our management, the Louisiana Corporation, Louisiana Children's Medical Corporation, was endangering our patients and our licenses for the sake of their bottom line and putting patients over profit at every turn. I've been fighting for better health care and to address disparities in New Orleans for decades, my entire life, through my health care, through my activism. So it was only natural that I joined my co-workers in organizing and winning what became the largest NLRB election in Louisiana in nearly 30 years. 82% of the nurses at UMC voted to join National Nurses United. And it has not been easy. From the start of our campaign, LCMC has tried to stall, has tried to do this in every step for union busting. We've been bargaining for more than 2 years for our first contract, and we continue to fight management's foolish ways of thinking that they can wait us out and prevent a deal from happening. My coworkers and I are striking for 5 days starting May 1st and going through May 5th. But what I am most proud of is our ability to join our community in multiple actions. We have so many wonderful things planned for other organizations and community members. We have a whole day where we will be joining and collaborating with Tulane campus workers who will be winning their first contract. We'll be joining our immigrant workers in Union Migrante with marching to City Hall. We have done an amazing job of letting our community know that we are fighting for them, and our community has been with us for every step of the way. Our local AFL-CIO, Together New Orleans, which is a large organization of organizations, we have all come together, and I know it's been our fight that's been the spearhead for New Orleans. New Orleans is not known for union town. Maybe a parade, maybe a crawfish boil, but not a union town. And we are so excited to be part of this. Why has the hospital stopped? Because management is only engaged in surface bargaining with us. That's all they want to do, making it clear that they want to bust our union and stop our fight instead of working with us and endanger our community, which already struggles with major health disparities. I'm no stranger to long fights. I've been fighting for justice in our community since I can remember. I've been fighting my entire life to address the racial disparities, the healthcare disparities. And I know my co-workers and I will continue to demand better for our patients, for our city, but most importantly, for the entire Deep South. We know what we're bringing to the table. We know May Day, May 1st, is going to be an amazing time to collaborate with everybody that's going to be joining us. I'm so glad that this union, our union, is ready and willing to take on this fight, because I know that this is right. Healthcare injustice, as Martin Luther King said, is the worst injustice. If we keep our communities ill, if we keep them sick, we can't fight all the battles we know we have to fight. So we know nurses are important at this. And Nancy is right. This is for transformational change. We are in a duopoly in this city. 2 large major healthcare corporations. We know when LCMC falls, the other one, which is Ochsner, will fall. And healthcare in this city, in this state, will change forever. One thing I've seen time and again is when people come together and harness our people power, because that's what we have. We may not have financial power, but we have people power. When we do this and get creative, things that once seemed impossible become realistic. I would have never thought in my 49 years of nursing that I'd be part of a nurses union. There's nothing we can't do. So thank you for your solidarity this Friday and beyond. And New Orleans nurses, continue our fight. We're going to win this. And it's solidarity from people like you that's fueling our fight and our way to victory. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I know that's right. Y'all show some love to the nurses, President Higgins, Miss Terry. We love y'all. Listen, I've got to move real quick because I told you we had a special guest and I would not tell a lie. Y'all, I get to invite the people's president from AFT, Randy Weingarten's on the call. Randy, I know you're about to take off. I'm just going to toss it to you.
Thank you, Ash. And it was so great to hear Terry. You can hear me, right? Great. It was so great to hear Terry. I love this. The nation's largest nurses union and the nation's second largest nurses union back to back. The nation's amazing CTU and so many unions that are here right now. But this time, this year, it's not just unions that are fighting back on May Day. What has happened is, just like with so many of the other events and the resistance, is that we may have started it, but so many non-union workers are part of the May Day Strong movement right now, because people see all across the nation that affordability is an issue, the cost of living is an issue, that people want to have a better life. Those who voted for Donald Trump, they actually thought they were going to get a better life, and instead they have higher gas prices and a healthcare system that's broken. And we're seeing this over and over again in so many different ways, in terms of the defunding of public schools, in terms of the attacks on higher education, in terms of the demise of manufacturing jobs. It is what the union movement does to try to make sure that people have rights and fairness and human dignity, whether it's taking on AI or whether it's actually just making sure that we have safe staffing in a hospital in Louisiana or in Seattle. And this is, and what I wanted to say, and the reason I got on, and I'm grateful to be on with all of you, that today they took away more power from working people. They took away power. They gutted the Voting Rights Act, and they want us to be demoralized, just like when they tried to defund all of public unions in the Janus case. The Calais case today is a way that they are stealing seats from people in the United States of America. The way in which people got power through the Voting Rights Act, in one drop of a hat, in one opinion, they're trying to steal all those seats from people who have suffered and struggled for generations. And so this May Day, we're not only going to be out there fighting for fairness, fighting for economic dignity, but this May Day, just like Chicago is doing, we're fighting for civics. We're fighting to ensure that people have the right to vote and then go vote. And so what we're doing tomorrow night, we just changed we've pivoted and changed all of our plans. We're going to be out there on Friday, 5,000 events strong from coast to coast. I'm sure people have talked about them. We're showing up in this economic way, the way labor has shown up in solidarity on May Day for generations. But we're also doing this. I'm writing a letter to all of my members tomorrow night, 1.85 million strong. And I am asking them, check your voter registration. See if you are voting. See if you're registered. And if you're not, on May Day, register. See if you have adult children that are registered. If they're not, they should register. We should use May Day to make sure that this administration and this Supreme Court cannot take our rights to empowerment away. We need to be more empowered, as the folks before me have so eloquently spoken. And we also need, as we the people, to be able to vote in force, to vote for people. We cannot allow a Supreme Court or the current administration to take our rights away. We need those rights so we can not only envision, but we can actually have a better life for all Americans, for all workers, for all people who want to live in dignity, for people who come to this country for the American dream, for people who are born here and for people who are not born here. That is the promise of America. And that is what we are doing this May Day, both in terms of getting out and ensuring that we are registered to vote, as well as getting out and showing our economic dignity. We are not going to let them steal our votes or steal this election. The American people need to be the American people and ensure that our rights are respected and protected. Thanks, Ash.
Randy, we love you. Safe and easy travels. Beloveds, I know we gone over the hour, but I've told you it would be worth it. And I can't imagine a better person to round us out than Randy Weingarten, president of AFT. We appreciate you. Y'all, I need you to show some love for tonight's speakers, for the incredible life-saving work that they're doing, for the courage to lead in a time such as this, for all of the wisdom they imparted on us, for every labor union that's represented, every community organization. We're building worker and community power on this call tonight, and we're going to show them what it looks like when we get it right on May Day. So again, I want to remind you that today is a day for doing. This call wasn't just to make us intellectually more smart. It wasn't just to inspire us. It was actually to get us to move. This call will be successful if we actually show up on May Day together, y'all. So I need you to go to maydaystrong.org. I need you to sign up for an event. If you can, I need you to put another event on the map by hosting. And y'all, just to wrap this up, I want to be real about what time I think it is on the clock of the United States by quoting an OG in our movement game, Gene Sharp. Gene said that by themselves, rulers cannot collect taxes, enforce repressive laws and regulations, keep trains running on time, prepare national budgets, direct traffic, manage ports, print money, repair roads, keep markets supplied with food, make steel, build rockets, train the police and army, issue postage stamps, or even milk a cow. People, working people, I would add, provide these services to the ruler through a variety of organizations and institutions. But here's where you shout. If people would stop providing these skills, the ruler could not rule. Let's show them that we mean it and we believe it on May Day. I can't wait to see y'all there. Go to maydaystrong.org, check out the map, sign up for an event, host an event. We'll see you on Friday.